legal medical user and you're legally paying your hydro and you're legally growing your medicine, you know, it's very hard when they criminalize you. They want to tie you to gangs, they want to tie you to this, they want to tie you to that, to organized crime. You know, heaven forbid that somebody might actually get sponsored after years of hard freaking work. You know, we've been doing this channel for 3 years out of our own pocket, you know, and to be criminalized, period, for being growing. Terry Parker won the right under Section 7 of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms to not be deprived thereof of his medicine. You know, and you would think that a patient with 16 years of AIDS, you know, and HIV and hepatitis C, that I would be given the option to just live in peace. My understanding, well, here Section 7 reads in Canada here that everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of the person, and the right not to be deprived thereof except in accordance with the principles of fundamental justice. Now, what is the principles of fundamental justice? You tell me if you think this videotape that we're about to show is going to actually be fundamental justice. Because to me, it was a breach of my Charter 8 rights in an attempt to get into my home, and there was also a certain breach of my Section 7 rights. And I believe, I'm not sure, I'm not a lawyer, but I do know that we are, since 1982, Canada is a constitutional country. There is nothing that supersedes constitutional law. That's one thing I know. One thing I don't know is what fundamental freedoms are. Section 2 of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, Section D, freedom of association. The police are associating me to crime, turning me into a criminal. I've renewed my license every year for 7 years, and I certainly am not producing anymore. I got only freaking 6 lights up and running. You know, that's a big time grow show there, guys. You know, while they're busting shows with 200 pounds in the closet. You know, but they want to search us medical users. And they were already in my basement a few times, as many of you know from a previous lawsuit. We sued them for $7,300. And that was settled out of court. And I do have the right to talk about it because I refuse to shut up about it. And I'm not going to really shut up about this now. This is more, again, not about a right, wrong, indifferent. It's about clarity. Because clearly the police don't have the clarity that the RCMP do at the federal level as to what jurisdiction they can and cannot do. And when the police asked me to leave my private residence, it scared the hell out of me to have to sit there and say, no, go get your warrant. Because I don't want police kicking in the door. I don't know what getting a warrant means. When they say, okay, we'll just get a warrant, it'll be a lot easier if you just let the officers through. Well, no, it's not a lot easier. I have nothing to hide, but I also have a right to be a man, to protect my family, and to stand up as a man and protect my charter rights. I'm a free man. A dying one, but free. You know, nobody's going to take that from me. You know, and I'm glad you guys are watching this. I know you officers are wondering if I'm going to fly up your pictures or fly up your names and be stupid enough and clumsy enough to do that. No, it ain't going to happen. You know, but I will fly up the intrusion and I will fly up the conversation. You know, I'm not going to go out of my way to disguise your voices. In another case here, now that case that I read, Monaco versus Coquitlam, again, that's the city of Coquitlam here in British Columbia, Canada. Now there's another city called Surrey, which is not far from us here in Canada. And again, now Surrey's run by RCMP, so of course, you know, the judge in this decision decided that either pursuant to statute or common law to enter and search the petitioner's residence in aid of the EFSI Team, which is Entry Safety Inspection Team or whatever it is, Fire and Safety Inspection Team. Every city pretty much has one. So this team coming in, they don't need the help of the police, especially from a medical user with no criminal history. You know, if you don't have any criminal history and you have no reason to believe that your city officials are going to be attacked, then why treat me like a criminal, as will be seen in the video footage. So these are 2 case law studies that a friend of mine pulled up for me, and I thank him very much for that, you know, without putting out any names. Pulled these 2 case studies up, and there's case studies across the country where these teams have been stopped from coming in. And at this point we're fully engaged because it's been now, we were served this paper on the 16th. I was told they would come back 1 week later. So, you know, basically it's been 9 days, I guess. 9 days now, and I have not heard back. I've contacted City Council, I've contacted City Bylaw Enforcement, I've contacted my attorneys. I'm going to be contacting my attorney later today to get some clarity around this issue and to see if we can bring about a resolve. And we hope to film that and bring that to you as well, because and see just exactly what a city bylaw is up to code means. Because we feared it for 7 years and we did everything we can. We bought all the best equipment that we could to be electrically sound before buying our CO2 systems that could give us a bigger yield. You know, we took care of safety first. So I hope they do come in and inspect us, but in a respectful, dignified manner. I am a Canadian civilian protected by the Charter. Therefore, I expect to be respected as so, and not disrespected with a show of force in front of my house. Now you've exposed me to my neighbors. You've exposed me to the the area we live in is a dangerous area. There's a lot of drug dealers and stuff up on the corner. So that show of force did nothing more than make my neighbors wonder what's going on here. Sorry, but I'm not a criminal, guys. And you know, I really wish there was something more I could do about this. I'm really lost. I know of many other patients. I know of one in particular who has offered to come forward, who as well was asked to step outside with his family. And while he was sick, did in fact step outside with his family. And unfortunately, the police went through and ransacked his house and just gave him a hard time. And he wasn't aware of his charter right to stop them without proper warrant. And that's part of the reason we want to do this. This is about education. This isn't about, let's go fight the police, let's go fight the government, let's go fight the city. No, let's work with the city for policy change, for constructive dialogue, so we can talk on the same page and you can distinguish medical users from this criminal element you seem to think that we are. Just because some of us can get sponsorship or get some sort of coverage for some of our equipment, that's just because companies realize that maybe we have 3,500 people that might just want to buy their product. Would that not make sense in normal commercial business people? You know? And to the people that, you know, want to make the complaints, we have filed a Freedom of Information request. So what that means is basically in Canada here that we will find out how and why the emergency safety fire response team, whatever the hell they're called, wanted to come in the house. You know, and it will tell us why. Was there a complaint? You know, was this just something that the city wanted to do? Was it because I sued them? Of course, we never know that. But, you know, why? What brought on probable cause for the police to actually, as you'll see in the video, to believe that somebody would be hiding in my closet? You know, and then when I asked the officer in the video, clearly, he says to me that he has no probable cause. You know, so there's a few things that you'll see in the video for yourself. As well, you'll see that I compromise on 2 different occasions in the video. One occasion, I offer the inspection team to come in, and that I would stay with this officer who, quite a large fellow, you know.